Welcome to the very first episode of the Future of Simulation and Modeling podcast. We're here to explore the evolving world of engineering, science, and technology, focusing on how AI is transforming simulation and modeling in ways we could only dream of a decade ago.
Absolutely. For those who are new to this field, simulation and modeling are the backbone of engineering research and design. Engineers use these tools to create virtual representations of real world systems, from the way buildings stand up under stress to the way light travels through materials. And now, with AI entering the picture, we're seeing breakthroughs that are reshaping what's possible.
Exactly. Simulation has long been a critical part of the engineering workflow, but it's not always been accessible to everyone. In the past, these models could take hours, days, or even weeks to run on high-performance computers, and they required extensive expertise to set up. But AI is changing that by making these processes faster, more accurate, and in some cases, even automated.
That's a great point. I think a good place to start is with a bit of history. Traditionally, we had to rely on simplified models, especially for complex systems, because our computational power was limited. We'd make educated assumptions to streamline the equations, but that often meant sacrificing accuracy. With AI, particularly with machine learning and neural networks, we can handle much larger datasets and capture more of the real world complexity.
Right. And that opens up so many opportunities. For example, in fields like material science or photonics, AI can identify patterns in massive datasets from experiments and simulations. Then, based on those patterns, it can predict outcomes faster than we ever could with traditional models.
Exactly. This kind of AI driven insight is changing how engineers approach problem solving. Think about something as intricate as photonic crystals. We used to need highly specialized knowledge to create accurate simulations. Now, AI can help researchers set up simulations for complex structures with much less trial and error.
And I think that's a huge advantage for new engineers or students too. When I was studying, setting up a model in something like COMSOL or ANSYS took ages, and half the time it wouldn't run correctly because of a minor setup error. Today, AI-powered modeling tools can assist with setup recommendations and even error checking. This not only saves time, but also makes simulation more accessible.
Absolutely. AI as a guide is a game changer. And beyond setup assistance, there's also optimization. Traditional modeling tools allow you to optimize parameters, but it's usually a manual process. Now AI can analyze thousands of combinations at once and suggest the best parameters automatically. We're talking about improvements in everything from material properties to design efficiency.
Which brings us to real-world applications. Let's dive into a few examples where AI is already making an impact. For instance, in the automotive industry, companies are using AI-driven simulations to improve the aerodynamics of their vehicles. It's faster, and it's resulting in designs that are both more fuel efficient and perform better on the road.
Yes, and in aerospace as well. Engineers are designing lightweight, fuel efficient aircraft that are optimized through simulations running on AI models. These simulations take into account a range of factors, from weather conditions to material stress limits, creating safer and more sustainable designs.
And then there's healthcare. In medical device development, AI is helping simulate complex systems like blood flow through artificial heart valves or drug delivery mechanisms. By using AI to model these processes, we're seeing more effective designs reach patients faster.
It's incredible how much it's impacting a range of industries. And what I find especially exciting is the prospect of using AI for predictive modeling. In some cases, we can now predict a system's behavior before we even run a traditional simulation. AI looks at historical data and can give us insights or even suggest initial conditions that would have taken weeks to determine otherwise.
That's fascinating. And it also raises some interesting questions about the future of the field. If AI can take over the labor intensive parts of simulation, then where does that leave traditional modeling? Are we moving towards a point where engineers won't need to build these models themselves?
That's a great question. I think AI will never fully replace traditional modeling, at least not in the foreseeable future. There will always be cases where human intuition and experience are essential, especially when it comes to understanding context. But AI will allow engineers to focus on higher level problem solving instead of spending hours on setup and calculations.
So, in other words, AI is like an advanced tool that enhances what engineers can do rather than replaces them.
Exactly. Think of it as an amplifier for human expertise. AI can process vast amounts of information quickly, but it still relies on human input to define the problem and interpret the results. The best outcomes come when engineers work with AI to co create solutions.
And let's talk about the future skills this requires. As AI becomes more integrated into simulation tools, it will change the skill sets engineers need. It's no longer just about knowing how to set up a simulation. It's about understanding data, machine learning principles, and how to interact with AI to get meaningful results.
Exactly. New engineers and even students are being trained not just in physics and math, but also in data science and programming. In many ways, they're becoming more interdisciplinary, combining the analytical skills of traditional engineering with the computational skills required for working with AI. It's an exciting shift, but it also means that lifelong learning will be key.
That's a really valuable point. And for our listeners who are students or early career engineers, this is an opportunity. Embracing AI and understanding how it fits into simulation and modeling is going to give you a competitive edge as the industry evolves. So if you're looking to stay ahead, learning these skills is a great investment in your career.
Well said. And it's not just about skill, it's also about mindset. As engineers, we have to be open to change. The tools and techniques we use today might be obsolete in a few years. Keeping that adaptability and curiosity can help navigate these shifts, especially as AI continues to advance.
Exactly. AI is not just a buzzword in simulation and modeling. It's a powerful tool that's here to stay. As engineers, we need to embrace it, learn it, and make it work for us.
And I hope this episode has given our listeners some valuable insights into how AI is transforming engineering and science.